Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. It's funny when you encounter parents and what their parental style is, how they like to parent. Reason I'm talking about this, I saw something on TV the other day, just kind of made me go, I don't know. And I've got a lot of Facebook friends who are now first-time parents. Now, I say this admitting I've never had kids, never wanted kids. Knew that just with my life and what I was doing, kids were not going to be right for me. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just reality. Fine. But they said something on this TV show, and I don't even remember what TV show it was, I just made a mental note of it. I thought, that may be something to talk about in the Road Warrior. There is no rule book when it comes to being a parent. We chastise parents today for making their kids lazy, for making the kids believe they get a trophy just for showing up. Again, whether it's true or not does not matter. I'll be honest with you. I have one trophy somewhere that used to sit on a shelf, and I think it was most improved at some basketball camp or something like that, and that was the only trophy I ever won. And I always wanted a trophy. I always wanted trophies. I wanted a shelf full of trophies and awards. I never got them for sports. That changed when I went into radio, and certificates aren't the same as trophies. Just call it what it is. But when it comes to being a parent, there is no rule book. I may not agree with what my brother-in-law, how he parents his kids, or how my sister-in-law parents hers, and again, nothing against them. Because I realize there is no rule book. If it works for them, if it works for the kids, then it works. If parents don't take care of their kids in the shopping mall, in a restaurant, on an airplane, yes, we can be upset, but we don't know what they're trying to work through. Again, there is no rule book. And I often wonder if perhaps there had been a rule book, if I would have been a parent. And I don't necessarily know. Again, that's a long, deep subject. I have no regrets. Here I am in my early 60s. I have no regrets not having kids. It was the right call for me in 2 marriages. First wife didn't want them. I don't think she has. She may have a stepchild. We don't talk. Haven't talked in decades. But again, with my now wife, 25 years together, no regrets. Didn't want kids. End up not being able to have kids. We're okay with that. We're happy with that. It's right for us. Some people, that's the one thing they want in life. They want to be a parent. I didn't want that. But again, perhaps if there had been a rule book, it may have been different for me. I always knew I was going to have to sacrifice my career, my life, things I wanted, the goals I had for my career, because when you have a family, you have to do that. My wife's parents sacrificed, I think, a career. They moved back home to be closer to family, and her father's career had its ups and downs before then, but was never the same after that. He sacrificed for his family. And I'll tell you what, I would have never met my wife if he hadn't. Who knows? You can't say never, but the likelihood would have been slim at none. But it's very fascinating that he knew that was the right thing to do. And I think at the end of the day, he has 3 very well-adjusted, successful children, none of which have been in jail. So therefore, you're a winner. I think the way my parents raised me, whether it was right or wrong, and I can sit here and criticize it, and they could criticize it, and other people can criticize it. Again, not right, not wrong. I'm successful. I've fend for myself. I've had a successful career. I'm a decent human being. Never been in jail. I guess my parents succeeded. Again, no rule book. And that's very fascinating to me. Parenting is something that some people want, something that some people don't. I was one of the ones who didn't. But again, no rule book. And I always like to work in the gray area of the rule book. And since there was no rule book, I almost didn't want to play. For me, it worked out in the end. I say this because it's Father's Day. And I think about being a father, or not being a father. And I think about my father, who's been one for almost 62 years. That's amazing. Back next week, another Road Warrior, kevinmason.us, home to all the Road Warrior videos. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. We'll see you next week. Thanks, if you will. Tell a friend, share this thing to somebody else, thinking about their dad, thinking about being a parent. Something to think about. Like, comment, do all those kinds of things you're supposed to do on videos, or we're supposed to say you're supposed to do on videos, whether you do or not. I'm just glad you're still here. See you next week, another Road Warrior.